The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now it's Stafford. Going underneath to Blount. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now Blount. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
on second down. Here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And now it's third down. These two teams, Panthers and Lions, met each other Week 5 in Detroit last year. You did that game, didn't you?
I did, and the Panthers were starting to round into form, especially their quarterback Cam Newton, who had missed most of the preseason with a shoulder injury. He had a big game, 335 yards passing and 3 touchdown passes, and they beat Detroit 27-24.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
That's going left, and Prater missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now the man from Utah, this is Aaron Jones. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
My link for my Madden stream, I can't find it. If I'm doing it for my PlayStation, the link so I can put it in the chat. I'm streaming my Madden game and playing my game for the league. The league? Yeah, got a stream
the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up closer at the 45. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Yeah, I went to my whole account. They don't say any shooting right now. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You say yours with a little notification, so you can just send it. Huh? I'm in the game right now, shit.
Here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And finding the tight end, Wilson. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. A starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the toss, this is Blunt. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? He used to call student.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. Now following the interception, here's Newton being chased out left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long, it's Newton. He goes full extension, and he's got it. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
This will be caught inside the 10. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Newton.
Come on,
so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll give it to him up the middle. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves them much closer to the goal line now for third down. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. So the false start will back them up 5. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Good job, buddy.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Newton. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Stafford. Screen pass to Blount. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Stafford on 1st down. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective. Able to stop him before he get a good head.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Lions on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the 50 at Stafford. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Kerry Hyder in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Come on, Newton.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They start on the ground here with Blount. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. The left side completion to Jones. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Stafford now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Stafford looks to throw again. He's going to let one fly for Tate. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final shot before the break. Newton dancing to his left. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Amerson. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it? Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it. Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Oh, God.
Here's Blunt. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds runs down inside the 20. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on first down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Back to throw. Stafford. Buying time to his left. Wilson snags it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for...
But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game instead.
You tripping, bro.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Chris, don't say I'm ass. I just whooped your ass pretty bad yesterday.
Up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I'm pretty sure I thought I'd play this a couple more times. I'll start beating everybody at.
Here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Newton. But it's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice...
Nigga, that shit happened this morning. 3 in the morning.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll
3
get this
picks.
one
I
down
don't
near
throw
the
picks like
20-yard
that.
line.
I ain't even drinking.
A good pickup there, a 22. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half.
That little sneeze emoji mean.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5.
Can't get any more unlucky.
There as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And Olsen over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
He threw fucking the pick, bro. What the fuck?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4.
What's up?
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover. They need it. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch.
I'm sick of losing this fucking ass form.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He hits Reddick underneath. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw again, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Golden Tate. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Screen pass to Blunt. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Stafford looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. LeGarrette Blount, touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Game time.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go.
Why does he throw it so weird, bro?
Intercepted. Picked up
Maybe because I'm running.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely.
That accuracy is ridiculous.
7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of
that is some bad shit.
6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is, backup quarterback, that's who he needs.
Cam Newton's a throwing on the run quarterback. Better fix that shit.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield.
Oh, right. This one.
The crowd is in front of him. Getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. carry for Blunt. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a toss play to Blunt. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Now the one there after giving up the first.
Lost my ass. Cam Newton played the fucking role of
a game-winning field
like
goal,
Manny
a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll go to Blunt, trying to pound it in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Garrett Blunt, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
see what Super Cam got.
Set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line up. You know, we were having a tough patch. This two shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. He's got a man complete. He got 29 yards that time. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Back to throw. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A gain of 6 there on first.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you got to get up there and spike it.
And he slides to avoid the hit. 10 more there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket.
No one's time,
so
fuck!
Sometimes you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that, but flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field. Congratulations to them.
So for the Lions, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they dropped their 7th game on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
This nigga he threw a pick every fucking throw. What you playing? What you playing? I already lost.
No, I'm not. I'm playing fine.
I already lost. You about to play Dead by Daylight or